Uber is on a roll. Through the first 3 quarters of this year, Uber racked up over $2.8 billion in operating cash flow, while posting a 21% increase in global bookings. Investors have taken notice. Uber's stock price has more than doubled year-to-date. On his most recent earnings call, CEO Dara Khosrowshahi attributed Uber's success to the growth flywheel we built, coupled with rigorous cost discipline, enabling us to generate strong leverage to exit the year with tremendous momentum and reliable execution. But cutting through corporate speak, Dara, as he prefers to be called, failed to mention the biggest factor driving Uber's growing profitability. Dara has gone back to an old trick in Uber's playbook, cutting driver pay. But this time, with a clever change in how the company pays its US drivers, disguising yet another pay cut, and allowing Uber to take a much bigger cut of passenger fares for itself. Since taking the helm of Uber, Dara has raised US ridehail prices by 55%, more than twice the rate of inflation, while cutting driver pay, despite soaring inflation in auto operating costs borne by Uber's millions of US drivers. As a result, the US ridehail business has become Uber's piggy bank, driving almost a third of its total global year-on-year (YoY) operating cash flow increase this quarter. Uber's CEO has adroitly masked these inconvenient truths behind vague and misleading scripted talking points. For example, in a recent interview with Kara Swisher, Dara claimed, the average driver in the US last quarter made between $33 and $34 per utilized hour, and that, not including commercial insurance costs that are very expensive, our take rate, the amount of passenger fares that the company keeps for itself, is about 15%. But Dara's first statement dodges the fact that Uber decreased its US driver pay per trip by nearly 12% YoY in Q3 2023, and grossly overstates, by more than double, what drivers can expect to be paid per working hour, net of high and increasing operating expenses. As for Dara's second statement, by the same definition Uber has used for years, we estimate that its US ridehail take rate in Q3 2023 was 40%, not 15%. Lyft recently reported that its Q3 2023 North American take rate was 33%. Distortions of this magnitude aren't just a case of nuanced differences in the definitions of key operating metrics, but rather a concerted effort by Uber to deflect attention from the extent to which consumer price increases and driver pay cuts have fueled the company's improving profitability. Uber declined when asked to clarify its definitions and assumptions supporting its CEO's recent comments on Uber's driver pay and take rates. Fortunately, 2 data analytics companies, YipitData and Gridwise, have been tracking U.S. gig company operations for years, based on millions of Uber trip records compiled from consumer credit card transactions and ride-hail driver pay records in the U.S.